Yeah, I'm feeling this old school shit. DJ Faze, what up? What's good, homie? It's your boy Face, CEO of Face Off Entertainment, representing Fort Docks. I'ma go in on this one. Listen. This one's for DJ Faze, the shit that he played blaze, cut sharper than the EK blade. Rappers are eating, time to get the DJs paid. Faze, that's the fan, been reppin' this Bronx shit like Big Pun. Carry big guns for the conflict, wedged under the armpit, eyeing the scope. Index finger on the trigger, die if you close. I don't promote violence, but approach, you know the toast firing, so I suggest you don't. Who you know flow better, hot enough to do the whole winter, no sweater. You could bet you won't find a better flow ever. Old school with a new school twist. You fools got 2 views on your YouTube hit. As I mic check, 1, 2 spit, and DJ Faze cuts and chops it up like a kung fu flick. I'm on the track doing somersaults, and I'm sorry if I come across arrogant, but I swear I'm the boss. Top rank, salute the general of lyrical warfare, producing chemicals to kill MCs as I boost the pinnacles.
the truth.
Peace, peace. What's good? Grand Rising, Grand Afternoon, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Woo! What a weekend! What a weekend! What a weekend! I see some things happen while I was gone, but what a weekend! I had a fantastic three shows. I actually did three shows. One of the shows was for my sensei. Yes, he turned 70 years old, and so I did a little show for him, and it was excellent, excellent, excellent. Also, I was out in Boston, and let me tell you something about Boston. Um, they came out. When I say they came out in Boston. It was a wonderful show. I also did Martha's Vineyard, and that was a wonderful show. Everybody showed up and showed out, and it was a great, great show. I do want to show a couple of pictures from the Boston show, and because a lot of times people say, and I know it's just that's how things are gonna be, but people say that we don't come out and we don't join up together and unite together. But that's just a little portion of the people that came out in Boston. And they jam out there. So for all of those that think that, that this hip hop thing is might be fading out, or if it's not our culture, this is just one of the proofs that it is alive and cracking. It was alive and pumping. So that's Boston, right? And so let me show you. Let me show you what it was at Martha's Vineyard. Okay, hold on. I have so many pictures. Okay, that's Martha's Vineyard. Okay, so like I said, these, when people say all this stuff that, oh, hip hop is this and hip hop is that. We this is our culture. This is something that we have in us, that we're totally different than what people, I guess, look at when they think of hip hop. Now I'm gonna tell you, I did a set, um, and I want to tell you this much as far as hip hop is concerned, because one of the things that they say, and this is where I think some of the translation of hip hops gets lost, because number one thing is that they contribute breakdancing and graffiti. If you don't have graffiti and you don't have um, breakdancing, then it's not considered hip hop. And I just don't understand that. Like I don't understand the concept of that. I really don't understand the concept of that, because number one, these events were strictly hip hop events. Like these were just strictly hip hop events. And the only graffiti that I saw was on my laptop. that's that's the only graffiti I saw was on my laptop. So that we could definitely have a hip hop event without that graffiti. Number two thing was that out of all the things that we were doing, I didn't see them breakdancing. I didn't see them, breakdancing. I didn't see them in a circle breakdancing, spinning on their backs or or any of that. And I say that because see the whole, I guess, how can I call it? The all chaos, I guess, is when people say that they were there with the creation of hip hop, and that they're part of the culture, and these things they say, you know, would make up hip hop, if you want to say it. But one thing that I know about us as a people is that we elevate. We elevate. We don't just stay at one place. We elevate. We're constantly elevating. So the younger generation takes what they get from us and they create, and so on and so on and so on. So for someone to take graffiti and breakdancing and say that they're the ones that created it, or they're the ones that made this thing, this creation, if you want to call it that, then I believe, and this is just my opinion. Hold on, let me see. Um, Hold on. Okay, so in my opinion, I believe that we need to stop. We really need to stop and think about what this thing called hip hop really is. I think we really need to just stop and take a good look at hip hop and why it's hip hop and what needs to be done to stop, because it's right now it's crazy. It's really just, in my heart, and this is just me, in my opinion, I feel like, why does everything that we create, everything that we create, have to feel like it has to be shared? Like, we can't just say that it's a Freeman thing, it's a FBA thing, it's a black thing. We can't say that. We can't say that without someone coming and saying, "Well, we did it with you, and we were right there standing by side," or you play congos so on it, so that means that it's a part of us, and we did this, and the sound systems came from Jamaica, and all of that is out there, and that is constantly going. It's like, for me, it's like, why? What is the theme of just letting us have what we create? Like, what is the real problem that has to happen where they feel like, okay, we were right there. We were all lived together. We when we created hip hop. The music that it is. It's it comes from this type of genre of music or this and graffiti. We were writing graffiti and this is the first graffiti writer that did this and I really, on my trip when I was in the airplane, when I was on my flight, I just was really thinking about it. I was like, what makes it be that we can solely own anything? Like, no matter what it is, what we create, what we develop, what we do, that someone has to come along and say, we were there with you. We're part of it. We're part of the creation. Without us, it couldn't be created. We took breakdancing to all over the world, and we did this. And to me, it's just ridiculous. I mean, enough is enough. Enough is enough. When are we as a people? And I've seen a couple of people, in a couple of videos and shows where, people are just destroying all the fake narratives and the theories and stuff. They're destroying them. But no matter how much they destroy those theories, they have to come back. Like, they have to come back and they have to say that this is what this is and what for what. So I asked this question. What happens if we were to say that, okay, you were part of the creation, right? You were part of the creation, or these people that say that they were a part of the creation. Now what? Now that you say you did this, or you did graffiti, you did breakdancing. Now what? What is that with what we do now? What is the longevity of that what you did? What is the main ingredients that carry hip hop thus far? So you can't say it was graffiti because look now, look. These people, right? These people didn't come to see breakdancing. These people didn't come to see graffiti. They came to see us. This was at Nubian Square in Boston. And they came to see us and listen to our music. That's a fact. They didn't come out to see rock dance. They didn't come out to see break dancing or acrobats. They didn't come to see graffiti. They didn't come to see none of that. All they came to see was real hip hop. They came to see and listen to our funk. They came to listen to our funk and see our funk. That's it. There was no congas, no bongos, no merengue, no nothing but hip hop. And that's what they came to see. And that's it. That's it. So I ask again, if we were to say, just hypothetically, if we were to say that, okay, you were a part of the creation, you were there with us, what does that mean? What does that mean? What is gonna is anything that you're part of the creation is or was, does it have to do with any of this? Anything that's happening? I mean, I really want to know. I'm asking a question now. It's not like I'm trying to be funny or anything, because I'm really not. But what part of your creation did this? And that's just one side. That's nothing. This goes back. This is a drone shot. And this goes back far. It's a drone shot. And so I'm asking the question. Maybe you guys can tell me. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I got to go to the comments and I got to look and see what it is. Because altogether this weekend, I can't even estimate the amount of people that I DJ'd for. I DJ'd and I played all of our stuff, all of our records. I played all of the things, and they shouted my name, DJ Faze. And like I said, the only graffiti that I saw was on the back of my laptop. And that was it. And I looked in the audience and I never saw anyone breakdancing. So those two things that are trying to be claimed so bad, so bad, were not even a part of either event. It wasn't even a part of it. So what does that tell us? What does that tell us? It tells me a lot. It tells me that, well, okay, our culture created breakdancing, the real breakdancing. Our culture played the music created the music that was used for hip hop. Our culture created the lingo that is used to MC. Our culture created the dance that is used still till today. They did several dances that we created at these events. They did several dances. And I wish I could have got a close up of the actual fashion part of it. I got a couple of them, but the fashion part of it, that is hip hop. I wish, that I could have showed some extra fashion, some fashion. But I would say all of that to say this, because I think we can really end this whole thing, all this debating, going back and forth. I think we can really end this whole debate thing by saying, and I know people are going to get mad at me. people are going to get so mad at me, and I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. But I haven't seen breakdancing in years. And like I haven't seen real breakdancing. I want to say 76, 77. I think it's 78, 79 is when, started seeing other things, other tries of it. But I haven't seen that since. Graffiti and hip hop, flyers, the hip hop flyers, I guess, went out in the 80s. The graffiti on the clothing, on the fashion, that went out in the 80s. So I haven't seen any of those things in years. I ain't talking about like the 80s, right? So if this is what the claim is for, if this is what the whole thing is about, then we can even just go ahead and say, okay, yeah, you were there, your breakdancing was shared with you guys or whatever. But no, I'll never say breakdancing. And let me correct that. I will never ever say that breakdancing was shared, because once I saw what they did to what is called breakdancing, and how they stole the name, it was no longer breakdancing. It was no longer breakdance. It was acrobats. And we see this all the time. This offbeat, like Rakim said it better. Anything your offbeat DJ play, I'ma tell. And so it's crazy, but when you think about it, but they, for someone to steal a name and then, constantly talk about bongos and congos and where it came from and that, Jamaicans did this sound clash thing, and that's where the sound came from, and It's you can tell right now. You can look at it and you can actually say that, well, even if you did do what you're doing, if that's what you call breakdancing, which is not, nobody does that. It's gone. It's gone. If you call graffiti, a part of hip hop, it's gone. It's gone. But we're still here. That's the part. The creators are still doing what they created. Every time I do something or I'm DJing somewhere, I think of Mario. And I think about one of the things that he used to tell me. He said to look at the crowd, study the crowd, watch the movement of the crowd. And so I do that still till today. And when I looked at that crowd, and I looked at that crowd, and I saw them, just saying, go DJ, go DJ Phase, go. It made me know that we're still here. The creators are still here. And the creators, we are still doing what we created. And that's a fact. I'm still taking a part of the record, cutting it up. My MC still getting on the mic, talking junk. My dancers is still getting out there and dancing and rocking. And that's the fashion. We still fashioned up. We still fly. We still, whatever we do, we still fly about it. And we still do this. So ask those people that say, oh, well, we were a part of the creation. Ask them, what are they doing now? What concerts are they throwing? What jams are they throwing now? I got to go to the comments because I'm sure you guys done gave me a couple of answers because I have those questions. Those questions are needed. Those questions are needed to be answered. So let's go to the comments. Let's go to the comments. Okay. Oh, okay. So first and foremost, love you, Riri. Love you to death. Love you. You guys, this Riri, you know what Riri means to me. Fila Speaks says, Phase Fire, peace. Yes, definitely. China Box in the building, definitely. Paul Roberts, rock with them, cool DJ Phase. Yes, definitely. Salute DJ Phase. Salute Paul Roberts. Bongo Gadget, salute Phase. What's up? Peace to the chat. That's what's up. Mr. T, peace to the chat. Adolph Montgomery, greetings family. RB Boone, respect from the Buffalo, New York soldier. Peace. Okay, let's see what Paul is saying. Okay. Graffiti went downtown to Art Gallery 3 years before breakdancing. Fab Five Freddy and Lee got a show in the Museum of Modern Art. A big alphabet thing. That's how PR breaking got put on a fad. Okay. So, that's a good thing. And I'm glad that was told about breaking. So breaking is not necessarily breakdancing. Um, let's go into it a little bit. Okay, so breaking, I guess I don't I really can't even describe what I mean by saying breaking, because just the word break means the part of the record that is highlighted for the dance, the break dance. So breaking, I guess, would mean what? What does it mean? Does it mean breaking up stuff? Does it mean, going crazy? Does it mean acrobats? I don't know, but I do know it's different than break dancing. So, Paul, I understand and I see what you're saying about the museum and stuff. I understand that. But like I said before, when in my opinion, in my opinion, when Puerto Ricans started coming into hip hop and they started doing these moves on the floor, to me, in my opinion, that just destroyed the art of dance. It destroyed the art of dance to me. The reason why we danced was that we were showing our movement to music. We were expressing those sounds through dance. And there's a certain timing and there's a certain beat that flows through you when you're dancing. So it flows through you. So if you're creating these moves without the beat, then why is it called dancing? Why is it called anything dancing? Even a ballerina, ballet, even ballerinas choreograph, like they create certain moves to a tempo, to a sound. Not all, but most. With us, our dance is created from movement. So, in other words, If we're listening to a record and it has a beat, you know, they create the dance to the beat. And this still happens today. Uh, I love watching them do the Harlem Shuffle. I love that. I love how the younger generation does it to the beat. And there's these three girls that they do these dances, but they do it to James Brown and they do it to the beat. So my point that I'm making is that when you're doing acrobats, you're not necessarily doing anything to the rhythm, to the beat. So that just makes it acrobats. Plain and simple. And I've said it several times. You can take the music away and still see them on the floor just spinning around and kicking out their legs and all of that. And call it breakdancing. Now, one thing that I remember, and this is me being a breakdancer, I remember that I had moves without being on the floor. Like we did moves to the beat without being on the floor. Like we could start the record and we could have moves that go to the beat before the break comes on. And then when the break comes on, that's when we get down. So my point is that these so-called break dancers, they don't have that beat. They don't have that tempo. They don't have that break. All they have is these acrobatic moves, somersaults and spinning on their head and kicking and everything, not to the beat, and call it breakdance. And now feel like if it's not that, it's not hip hop. Which I don't understand. Like, I am totally lost with that. Like, I'm totally lost with, how someone can say, okay, if you don't have acrobatics or you don't have graffiti in something, then it's not hip hop. I don't understand that for the life of me. So somebody please explain to me what that is, what that means. Um, oh my goodness. Let me see. Isaiah writes in the building. Peace, Isaiah. He said facts. Breaking on the beat. Okay, let's look at what Paul said. Paul says, I didn't have enough characters to type breakdancing. Definitely different. Yes. Yes. So people, listen, I want to know if you guys are with me on this. I just want to know, maybe you could throw a one in the chat or whatever, but let me know that you guys are with me. So, number one question I have is, to me, graffiti and what was stolen, the name that was stolen, breakdancing, does that have anything to do with hip hop now? Hip hop now. So I need you guys to put a 1 in the chat to let me know, number 1, that you're here, and number 2, if you agree with me, because I say that breakdancing was taken out of hip hop a long time ago. I believe that graffiti was taken out of hip hop a long time ago. And that's it. Like that's no other way to slice it. Like that's it. That's the bottom line. So we're fighting and arguing and debating about two things that are not even in hip hop anymore. They're not even in hip hop anymore. So you can run up and say, "Oh, breakdance, we created breakdance and we took breakdance and all that." Okay, what is happening with it now? What can you give the next generation as far as hip hop? I know that number one thing is graffiti. Graffiti is like, come on, like what is it that makes them feel like, okay, so graffiti is a part of this hip hop that needs to go on? Like, where does it need to go on to? What do you have to do? What is going to happen? So this is what's going to happen. So let's say you go to a jam, right? Not even a jam. You go to an event, hip hop event. Are you going there to see graffiti? Are you going there to see breakdancing? Are you going there to see breakdance, or are you going there to see graffiti? Or what are you going to see? And that's a big, big point. That's a big, big point to know that's what this whole debate thing is about. This is what the whole debate thing is about. This is why right now you have people on the internet that swear up and down that the music that we play has congas in it, has bongos. Swear up and down that they were right there when the creation of hip hop came about. They were right there. They say that graffiti is this great part of hip hop, that if you didn't have this graffiti, then hip hop couldn't exist. It couldn't exist without this graffiti and their breakdancing, or their thought of breakdancing. So I want to know, do you guys agree with that? Do you guys agree that if you go to an event, a hip hop event, that you'll be disappointed if you don't see someone breakdancing? You'll be disappointed if you don't see graffiti. Are you guys there, or am I talking to myself? Show me in the comments, what you believe. Because hey, if I pay money and I go to a hip hop event and they don't show breakdancing or they don't show graffiti, but they show someone making our music, they show someone lyrically responding to us, the audience, I got my money's worth. I got my money's worth. Because that's what I went to see. I wanted to witness and observe and listen and feel my culture. And that's it. So, like Paul said, it went into a museum. And it went into this museum. But I guarantee you this. I guarantee you this. That real breakdancing is not in that museum. It's not. I guarantee you that some of the real writers are not up in that museum. I guarantee that. So yes, there might be Don D, Tracy, Zephyr, Scene, you know, might even have what was it, Cap? You might even have Cap in there. Lee, you'll have in there. You know, Phase 2. You'll have these things in there. Yes. But what about the graffiti artists that didn't get recognition? You know, what about the graffiti artists that had throw ups and maybe just got older and stopped? Just like the dancers, just like the break dancers that got older and stopped. Just like the spades that got older and didn't wear their colors anymore. Just like everything that got older and said, you know, we want to do something different. And that's what I see. So from 1970, and I use the year 1970, I've been playing my records outside at parties, and I do it from then to now, and will keep on as long as I can doing it. So for me, that part of hip hop will never stop. It'll never stop for me. I look at a lot of the so-called creators or pioneers or fathers or whatever you want to say. It stopped a long time ago. I remember funk dancing in 1972, one on one. You have to be original and become the beat. Crowd reaction decides the winner, and clothing counts. Breakdancing didn't even last as long as mood rings. Well, Paul, yes. I had a mood ring, and I was very young when I had a mood ring. Just like breakdancing, I was very, very young when we were breakdancing, and we grew out of it. We grew out of breakdancing, and we grew out of writing our names on the wall. We grew out of that. Like we grew out of getting a spray can and writing on somebody else's property. And we grew out of getting our clothes dirty by doing things on the floor, on the ground, and just doing it with other males, because we weren't doing it with females. We were doing it with other males, and we grew out of that. Like that's something that we grew out of. And but now funk dancing, we still do that to the day. We all got our two steps. We all have our two steps. I don't care who you are. You got to have some kind of two step. You can't just go to the party and just stand there, especially when your favorite record comes on. You're going to do your two step. You're going to do your little movements. And that's a part of our culture. That's a part of us. That's a part of what we've done, what we do. And so for someone to just try to take that away, or just say that, it's crazy. Anyway, the topic of who started hip hop was never a a. I think you have to finish that, sir. I think you have to finish that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I got the wrong one. Okay, the topic of who created hip hop was never even a question or a debate until it was hijacked by those outside of the community and Yo MTV Rap. Well, good analogy. Yes. Well, see, and that's another thing that I always thought about, when these people started taking our name of breakdancing, when they first started doing that, and I want you guys to really think about it. When they started doing that, that was the only thing that they felt that they could actually be a part of. And and I'm gonna say, God, I mean, I said this a lot of times. I believe in my heart that Bambaataa opened the door. I think that there was a closed door before Bambaataa opened it. And when Bambaataa opened it, he let everybody into the picnic. He let everybody into the barbecue. He let everybody into the cookout. And honestly, the people that he let in were not ready to come into our cookout. They were not ready. And I believe that if Bambaataa didn't open that door, that things would be totally different right now. And that's just my opinion. I believe when he opened the door and let people in, that these people felt comfortable enough to even say that they were a part of the creation. Because you remember, now remember, once the door was open and they could come in, before the door was open, there was no claim. There was no claim. None. This was our music. This was our dance. This was our livelihood. This is what we did. This is what we, and that was, and they had theirs. And they did what they did. But when Bambaataa opened that door, in the beginning, when they started coming in, then they started saying, "Okay, all right, now we're doing things together." And then, as time grew on, oh, we created this together. We did this together. And so now you have people with this, because this internet went crazy. This internet thing allowed keyboard tough guys. It allowed a lot of people to not even put their their faces to what they're talking about. A lot of the keyboard tough guys, put a picture of something else, or they won't put their exact picture there because they don't want to be known, they don't want to be seen. And so I say that, and I say that without a doubt, that if Bambaataa didn't open up that door, things would have been totally, totally different. It would be totally, totally different. So you now, like, I look at other things and I look at other videos and I watch it too. And, they scholarly this and they scholarly that. But the bottom line is, and this is the bottom line, no matter what you scholarly prove, no matter what you show evidence for, they are going to try their best to be in the hip hop conversation, no matter what. So, like I said, I think what can stop this is to say, okay, so your version of breakdancing, what did it do? What does it have to do with hip hop right now? Your version of graffiti, what does it have to do with hip hop right now? What does it have to do with it? The answer is nothing. It has absolutely nothing to do with hip hop. So let's take a couple more. I was thinking about girls from age 14 on. These weirdos were pulling linoleum out of dumpsters at 19 years old. 19 years old, pulling linoleum out of garbage, out of dumpsters, and getting on the floor and doing acrobats with each other. What part of hip hop is that? Please, somebody answer the question. What part of hip hop is that? See, I think that's a big difference as well. The reason why we dress the way we dress is to, I guess, impress the opposite sex, right? Now, if you go and you get a fresh mock neck, and you get some fresh overlaps, and you get a fresh pair of British Walkers, and you have on a fresh medallion, right? You do that to impress a female. And so when you impress this female, then y'all start liking each other, and then you start going with each other, and that's how it rolls. That's how we roll. When you said that about pulling out the linoleum out of the dumpster at 19 years old, it makes sense to me. It makes sense. Who are they impressing? Each other. When they're doing acrobats on the floor, they're impressing each other. And that makes a lot of sense now. That makes a lot of sense. So that's the big difference between us going to the gym and them pulling out the linoleum in the dumpsters. Okay? So at 19 years old, man, and you guys gotta agree with me. You guys gotta agree with me. I know y'all are still here, so you gotta agree with me. Male or female, at 19 years old, I was so interested in making money, getting the things that I want, and females. And that's pretty sad. To actually fess up on that is pretty sad. But that's what it was. And I'm not going to lie and say it was something else. And I wanted to, no. Making money, getting the things that I wanted, and seeing females. And that's it. When I did jams, when I went to jams or did jams, you better believe that I was hunting for numbers, and and we used to have competition with each other to see who could get the most numbers, and and whatever else you could get in the party and after the party, and that was it. We at 19 years old, there's no way in the world that I thought I was gonna go and jump on the floor and spin on the floor or do anything, and especially with another male like that. Like as kids, we would do this like sparring. Like sparring, like if you do karate, you karate with a male, you're not gonna fight a girl. you're just not going to do that. And so, but then, like I said, at 19, truth, it was more than that. It was 14, 15, 16, 17, all of that was all about the women. So, yeah, I can see. Riri says Ringling Brothers. Right, Riri. Right. And so, I mean, imagine that. Paul, just think about it. Just seriously think about it, Paul. Those people were pulling out linoleum to get on the floor and spin around and so what about their clothes? What about these expensive clothing that you were wearing? And then let's go back to the graffiti. So if you're doing this graffiti and it's getting all over your hands, remember I was a writer, so it gets all on your hands and all over your shirt and all of that. What are you impressing? Who are you impressing? I understand the thrill of seeing something that you did go past on the train, or riding somewhere and you see your name or whatever, something that you did. Yeah, that's cool. But what does that have to do with hip hop? Tell me what. And this is the whole debate. This is the whole debate about, and I just saw somebody sent me the other day about this, where the person said, well, we were right there with you when Puerto Ricans are a great part of hip hop. And I think of the two things that they claim. They claim breakdancing and graffiti. So we won right there. We won. Because you ever heard the last man standing? We're standing. Graffiti is not standing. Breakdancing is not standing. So we won. So there should be no more debates. None. Okay? All right. So enough with that. Like I said, I just did 3-4 events really this past weekend, and there was no breakdancing, and there were thousands of people, and there was no graffiti around thousands of people. And I'm not going to say the other part, but y'all guys know what I want to say. When I looked out in the audience and I could see, as far as I could see, people, I saw us out there deep. And when I say thousands and thousands of us, we were there. You guys know how I feel about saying FBA and Freeman and all of that, but we were out there. Thousands of us, and we were doing this hip hop thing. Everybody felt comfortable doing hip hop. We were out there doing hip hop, like we were really doing hip hop, and that was it. We didn't worry about go pulling out linoleum and throwing it on the ground and spinning on our necks and our backs, and we didn't have to worry about that. We didn't have to worry about somebody spraying paint on something and it gets on our shoes or our shirts. We didn't have to worry about none of that. We ain't have to listen to no congas and no bongos and no shut down. We didn't have to listen to none of that. We were listening to our music. We were listening to our beats. We were listening to our funk, our jazz. We were listening to us and enjoying it. Thousands were enjoying it. So I asked the question again. What does that if we gave you graffiti, if we gave you breakdancing, what does that have to do with hip hop now? The debate should be over. There should be no more debate because we say that you can have breakdancing and graffiti. What are you going to do with it? You ain't going to bring it to our jams. So what are you going to do with it? August 1st, this Saturday, right? You talking about a hip hop jam right next to Mario's building. Right next to Mario's building in the basketball court, we're going to have a free jam. And Theodore, Breakout, Jazzy J, Mean Gene, L Brothers. We gonna play hip hop. We gonna rock hip hop. And to be honest, you probably will see some real breakdancing. Because see, it's happening where all of this was created. So you might see, well, I'm not even going to say might, you're going to see some breakdancing, some real breakdancing. You're going to see some real MCing. You're going to hear some real breaks, some real funk. You're going to hear that. You're going to witness the style, the culture. You're going to witness that. So I say again, August 1st. Now, some of you guys were looking for the address. All right. So, yeah, let me give you guys the address to where. Hold on. Okay. Let me say the address. The address will be. Where did I put that address? Hold on. Okay, yeah, okay. So the address, if you want to put it in your GPS, is 1715 Bruckner Boulevard, Bronx, New York, 10472. Riri, if you can, write that down for them to see. Or, a matter of fact, I can put it there. Hold on. I could put it in the comments. Okay. 1715 Bruckner Boulevard. Bronx, New York. Bronx, New York. 10472. Okay. 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 So now put that in there. Okay. Now that's the address. Okay, so nobody could say that, oh, they didn't have the address or no. If you're hip hop, you know where Bronxdale is. You know what Bronxdale is. See, we don't call it, if you from Bronxdale or you was around Bronxdale, you know Bronxdale. We don't call it Soto Manor. We don't call it. We don't call it Soto Manor. We don't call it that. We call it Bronxdale houses, which it has been from the beginning. So the first section, basketball court, there's only one basketball court in the first section. And it's right across the street from White Castles, CeeLo's. So don't get it mixed up. This Saturday, 1715 Bruckner Boulevard, Bronx, New York, 10472. Okay, so you guys should have no problem finding that. And please, people, listen, let's keep it a buck. I'm beginning to think that you guys are not really trying to take back what's ours. I'm getting that feeling. I'm getting that feeling that you guys are not really serious about taking back what's ours. So I need you guys to like, share, subscribe, and donate. I need you guys to do that. I need you guys to donate. Because when you come to this event, you better believe we're going to feed you. You better believe we're going to feed you. Because that's Bronxdale tradition. That nobody should have an empty belly. That's a tradition. So that food costs. I don't know how much because, like I said, I've been doing this by myself, but I don't know how much school supplies that I'm going to be able to give out this year. And clothing that I'm going to be able to give out this year. Because no sticking together, no supporting each other. And it doesn't make sense. Everybody else supports each other. Everybody else. But when we talk about FBA and Freeman and being black, we don't support ourselves. We don't even support ourselves. So how can we have anything? How can we have our own city? How can we have our own schools, our own hospitals, or anything But we can't even support ourselves and then wonder why someone could just come along and take the little bit that we do own, the little bit that we do create. Because we do not support each other. But I guarantee you, those that come to the event gonna be chomping down on some chicken or some collard greens or some, hot dogs, franks, or waters or juices or whatever. I'm sure gonna run to get a plate. But who supports that? And several times I said, listen, why should I give this knowledge up and don't even get no support? Why? But this is what we do to ourselves and wonder why we're so low on the food chain. It's because, and I guarantee you guys, this is something I guarantee. I guarantee those who smoke weed or whatever, got your weed, you got your rolling papers, you got all of that. Those smoke cigarettes, you got your cigarettes. Those that drink, you got your drinks. But you can't say, oh man, listen, FaZe is telling the truth and uniting us together and we're coming together and everything. Here, let me give them $2-3. Because that $2-3, because you giving it, is supporting us. But we can't do it. We'll listen to me say all of this, we'll talk about this or whatever, and you won't even look at the Cash App or the PayPal and say, hey, here's a few dollars. Because we don't support each other. We're supposed to be so righteous. We're supposed to be so, in tune. We're supposed to be so, all of this. But we can't support each other. And I think it's a shame. No matter what, I'm going to give this jam, and I'm going to feed, and I'm going to give out as much clothes as I can and much school supplies as I can, and keep it moving. I'm going to give the entertainment, and I want you guys to dance, and I want you guys to experience and listen and hear and see. Because that's our culture. See, Mario gave free jams. When this thing was getting created, Mario gave free jams. And that's what I'm continuing to do. Because this is our culture. This isn't somebody else's culture. This is our culture. This is our thing. This hip hop thing is ours. So how can I get you guys to understand that anything that we have, we need to keep? And the only way we can keep it costs money for electricity. It costs money for internet. It costs money to keep things going. And you guys want it, right? kid in my inbox, oh, yo, Face, where you at? What you ain't coming back on? Da 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 da. When you gonna give a jam? When you gonna do this? When the jam coming? But where's the support? Most High family was good. What's good, Most High family? Yes, it's there. Mr. T. Mr. T's in the building. Peace. So, once again, you know we're at war. We're at war. We're at war when we have a people that are trying to take away hip hop from us. We're at war because we have some people that get on the internet every day and say lies, put up this fake narrative, talk about people, call the snitch, call people's channels to get taken down. All of this is happening to us. And we're just going to sit there and let it happen instead of supporting the people that's like says, yo, dude, ain't getting down. Y'all ain't getting down like that. They can't even support us. We're fighting for you. Not only are we fighting for us, we're fighting for you. Because if we can't even claim hip hop, the trillion-dollar business, we got to share that. We got to share it. All you guys talk about this, y'all know this, y'all know that, and we do this or whatever. But we are sharing our creation. So these big sponsors and big things that say, oh, well, we want to know who created hip hop. Are we gonna have to say, well, FBA, Freeman, and Puerto Ricans? That's what we're supposed to say? Knowing that's a lie. Knowing that Columbus didn't discover shit. Knowing that Columbus never even stepped foot on this here corporation, Americas? Is that what we're going to say? So we're going to have a Columbus Day, and we're going to have all of these celebrations, these independence celebrations for everybody but us. And you mean to tell me that's not worth supporting? To keep our creation, hip hop, to keep it for us? So that $1 trillion, all that, whatever, multi-trillion dollars can start coming to us, and we could start building our schools, our hospitals, our real estate, our food markets, our clothing, automobiles, boats, planes. Don't you think the $1 trillion will do that? Instead of having to take the $1 trillion and share it. So we can't have the whole $1 trillion. We got to give up some of that $1 trillion. And you guys are going for it. You're going for it every day. Every day that you know who I'm talking about gets on and spreads the lies and all that other stuff, giving away some of our stuff. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I am not gonna do it. Okay, y'all can call me stubborn, big-headed, all of that good stuff. I'm not doing it. I don't need you can have whatever you want on that side, because we're not coming for nothing that you got. We're not coming for, and like I said, I watch all of these different, channels and stuff like that. And yes, they're proving, they're showing that no, this is this is our culture. This is what we do. But that's not stopping them. That's not stopping it. I guarantee you. After this, they're going to make one now and saying about this or saying about that. Every single time. So the way we can stop them is showing them. Look, you guys, look, that's us. That's us, people. That's us. That is us, people. That is us. That's us, people. When are y'all going to get it? When are you going to understand? That's us. That's us. Now, you don't think that we deserve those trillions of dollars? You guys wake up. Look, you think and you think by saying that this is what they did and all of that, you think that's going to get us the $1 trillion? No, because they keep on coming. They keep on talking about Columbus discovered America. And that's what they're going to continue to do. That's what they're going to continue to do until we take it back. Until when these guys get on this internet and say something, they have absolutely nothing to say. Let them talk about breakdancing. Oh, he did breakdancing and everything. Okay, so what did it do? Y'all ain't breakdancing. Okay, graffiti. Okay, what did it do? Y'all ain't graffitiing. Y'all ain't doing nothing graffiti. Nothing. And we can support each other. We can support each other. I should never have to say, yo, bring some food to the barbecue. Bring some clothing to the clothes giveaway. Bring some school supplies to the school to the jam to give out for the kids. Shouldn't have to say that. How do you think these other people, how do you think that they make their own cities? How do you think they have their own Chinatowns? How do you think that the so-called Jews have their little places? How do you think they do that? The new guy pretendians or whatever, from they own motels and this and that and everything. How do you think they get that? And we can't even claim hip hop. People, we gotta wake up. We got to wake up, and we got to show them that we are here. We are here, but we can't even support each other. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. All right. So back to what I was saying. This Saturday, look how quick this Saturday came up. And you guys, if you remember, I had to change the date. It was going to be on the 25th. But this is what I was doing on the 25th. Like I said, I would be doing. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing on the 25th. So we changed it to the 1st, August 1st. And August 1st is going down. If you want to hear some James Brown you never heard before, it's going down. You want to hear some Joe Tex you never heard before, it's going down. All right, guys. I'm going to come back on tomorrow because I got a couple of things I got to talk about tomorrow. And like I said, we're going to have food out there. Soul food. We're going to have some soul food out there. All right. And, come and have a good time. It's from 1 to 6. 1 to 6. All right. And, come out and have a good time. All right. Peace.
Shit. DJ Phase, what up? What's good, homie? It's your boy Face, CEO of Face Off Entertainment, representing Fort Knox. I'ma go in on this one. Listen. This one's for DJ Phase, the shit that he played blaze, cut sharper than the EK blade. Rappers are eating, time to get the DJs paid. Phase, that's the fan, been rapping this Bronx shit like Big Pun. Carry big guns for the conflict, wedged under the armpit, eyeing the scope. Index finger on the trigger, die if you close. I don't promote violence, but approach, the toast firing, so I suggest you don't. Who flow better, hot enough to do the whole winter, no sweater. You could bet you won't find a better flow ever. Old school with a new school twist. You fools got 2 views on your YouTube hit. As I mic check, 1, 2 spit, and DJ Phase cuts and chops it up like a kung fu flick. I'm on the track doing somersaults, and I'm sorry if I come across arrogant, but I swear I'm the boss. Top rank, salute the general of lyrical warfare, producing chemicals to kill MCs as I boost the pinnacles. You can't reach, you looking like food, you edible. It's the capital F-A Ice on Murdoch Ave and Edenwald. That's the corner we play dice. Head cracks, 4, 5, 6 and trips. Then it's straight to the flight club to get some kicks. These niggas looking like how we spit so sick for so many years and still look fit as shit. Nigga, I bench press lyrics, do dips on bars, and push up on chicks when my dick gets hard. Face is my alias from way back in the days. Hey yo, DJ Phase, keep playing this. It's old school shit. DJ Phase, what up? What's good, homie? It's your boy Face, CEO of Face Off Entertainment, representing Fort Docks. I'ma go in on this one. Listen, this one's for DJ Phase. The shit that he play blaze, cut sharper than the EK blade. Rappers are eating time to get the DJs paid. Phase, that's the fan, been reppin' this Bronx shit like Big Pun. Carry big guns for the conflict, wedged under the armpit, eyeing the scope. Index finger on the trigger, dive you close. I don't promote violence, but approach, you know the toast firing, so I suggest you don't. Who you know flow better, hot enough to do the whole winter, no sweater. You could bet you won't find a better flow ever. Old school with a new school twist. You fools got 2 views on your YouTube hit. As I mic check, 1, 2 spit, and DJ Phase cuts and chops it up like a kung fu flick. I'm on the track doing somersaults, and I'm sorry if I come across arrogant, but I swear I'm the boss. Top rank, salute the general of lyrical warfare, producing chemicals to kill MCs as I boost the pinnacles. You can't reach, you looking like food, you edible. It's the capital F-A Ice on Murdoch Ave and Edenwald. That's the corner we play dice. Head cracks, 4, 5, 6 and trips. Then it's straight to the flight club to get some kicks. These niggas looking like how we spit so sick for so many years and still look fit as shit. Nigga, I bench press lyrics, do dips on bars, and push up on chicks when my dick gets hard. Face is my alias from way back in the days. Hey yo, DJ Phase, keep playing this. Yeah, I'm feeling this old school shit. DJ Phase, what up? What's good, homie? It's your boy Face, CEO of Face Off Entertainment, representing Fort Docks.
I'll answer the question.
I'ma go in on this
You want
one.
answers? I think I
Listen,
entitled you.
this one's for DJ Phase. The shit that he play blaze, cut sharper than the EK blade. Rappers are eating time to get the DJs paid. Phase, that's the fan, been reppin' this Bronx shit like Big Pun. Carry big guns for the conflict, wedged under the armpit, eyeing the scope. Index finger on the trigger, dive you close. I don't promote violence, but approach, you know the toast firing, so I suggest you don't. Who you know flow better, hot enough to do the whole winter, no sweater. You could bet you won't find a better flow ever. Old school with a new school twist. You fools got 2 views on your YouTube hit. As I mic check, 1, 2 spit, and DJ Phase cuts and chops it up like a kung fu flick. I'm on the track doing somersaults, and I'm sorry if I come across arrogant, but I swear I'm the boss. Top rank, salute the general of lyrical warfare, producing chemicals to kill MCs as I boost the pinnacles. You can't reach, you looking like food, you edible. It's the capital F-A Ice on Murdoch Ave and Edenwald. That's the corner we play dice. Head cracks, 4, 5, 6 and trips. Then it's straight to the flight club to get some kicks. These niggas looking like how we spit so sick for so many years and still look fit as shit. Nigga, I bench press lyrics, do dips on bars, and push up on chicks when my dick gets hard. Face is my alias from way back in the days. Hey yo, DJ Phase, keep playing this.